Hi guys, it's Users Labs, and today once again we're gonna talk about the Solana and particularly about the collections that release that they will be listing on the OpenSea. How does it all work? Does it affect the price, and what is the best collections for now that we can get that haven't released yet, that they will list on OpenSea, but most likely they will list on OpenSea, and when they do, of course, their price will increase so hard and they will get really hype. But before this video starts, I would like to ask you guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps me a lot down in the future, and if you subscribe, just sure that you won't miss any cool, interesting upcoming projects. Let's go. As usual, the simplest strategy is the best one, of course. So what we all could do, what I haven't done, but I hope that some of you did, is just to follow the OpenSea account after the news that Solana are listing on OpenSea. So you just follow the OpenSea account and you check which collections do they retweet, which collections approve that they will list on OpenSea, and now we will just mention it and then we will see how does that affect the price. So here was the 30th of the March. We just will look for a few collections in here, just remember them to keep them in mind. So it was the undead apes. All right, what else? Yes, Solana Monkey University, of course. Yeah, drippers, and let's say, I don't know, is it here? Yeah, drippers, let's say Danger Valley, and somewhere here must be these iguanas NFTs, really cute ones. Yeah, let's say, and iguanas, keep it in mind. So what do we see in here? That's pretty much simple. So it's 29th of the March in here, and what do we see? This is the news are coming, this is retweets are coming. So pretty floor on that apes is pretty much like doubled on the 30th of the March. It was at night, so yeah, it started to growing before these retweets, it continued to growing after them, and the floor price in here, I don't know, this is not correct, I believe it was like 4. Oh yeah, it's maybe in here. Yeah, so it was about like 3.8 or about 4 on the peak. So that was after the retweets. In their Jewelry Ducks is just the same situation. There was about 2, then there was about 2.5, 2.7. In Drippies we got a really huge pump. There was like 1.9, and after there was like 4 on peak. I don't know what is all about. Maybe you could sell for 5 or 7 even. So peak in here was about 4. So we can see this direction. How does it all works is like when they got retweeted, when we got this huge news are coming, we could just buy these collections and made for ourselves really huge profits. And this is just a few examples. We got a plenty of them. Nearly all collections that will be released that are OpenSea have been retweeted, was growing really fast and hard. So now we're going to talk about the collections that have really huge potential. They haven't listed yet, but they can list really soon, and their price will just skyrocket. The first one, and the really perspective one, the really promising one, even without OpenSea listings or other hype or something like that, is called the Beatman Trainers. It's only 168 are listed. Floor price is really low for now, so it's all about kind of Pokemons. We'll remember how Pokemons was famous. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of famous video influencers are talking about them. So they say customize your Beatman Trainers or beat, use your beat to increase variety of your trainer, buy in-game items, breeding for your Beatman, and much more. So these collections, I think, is really undervalued, and it can cost 3, 5, 10 or 20. Of course, it all depends on their game. Not all of them are even like released yet, so we're waiting for the relief, and of course we're waiting for their beta upcoming. They got alpha upcoming in these days in April, I believe, and of course news, they will have a beta and they will have a full game. It will all be about the Pokemons. They say it like open that, yeah, we're kind of like Pokemons, and I think this can become really huge and they can start their like flying to the moon from the listing on the OpenSea. The next one is the Cursed Labs. I think they are really underrated and really undervalued. They haven't got much hype on their drop, but I think their art is nice, their idea is nice, their conception is nice. They got a lot of activity in their Discord, a lot of activity in their Twitter. So to become a Cursed affiliate, you must own the Cursed Labs NFT, 5,000 Cursed Labs NFT that are merging Web3 utilities with real-world use cases that's led by real estate arbitrage professionals and passionate active developers. 80% of all business venture profits sent to their Cursed affiliate distribution pool and then distributed eventually to all our lab affiliates. So yeah, check their Discord, definitely check their Twitter. Of course, the floor price now is really low. I think they're just like super undervalued, and as you can see, from 5,000 NFTs the listing count are only 330. They got not a lot of the total volume, they got not a lot of like the sales. So for this is maybe kind of medium or a long term, kind of few months waiting for the good news, waiting for the listing on OpenSea. And maybe for you it will be kind of hard to sell it with the floor price. Like if you bought one and you want to sell it immediately for the floor price, it could be kind of tough because they're not like high liquid collection. But I believe in this collection and my faith is just huge. The last one is the Citizen by Solstats. I don't really understand why they haven't announced that they will release on OpenSea, because I think this is just so obvious step for any collections. Like if you want to increase your floor, if you want to earn more from the secondary sales, if you want to earn more audience, if you want to that like a lot of people will know about your collections, if you want to increase the hype around your collection, you just go and collab with the OpenSea and then you announce it, then you ask OpenSea to retweet you. Like that's all. I think this is pretty simple. I don't understand why these guys haven't made it yet. This will be like a huge metaverse called the Solstats World. Citizens can be admitted to stay as guests of Solstats, getting access to the classic beautiful shareable gallery experience. They got the like real virtual estate as well, some houses. Here we can see art as well, a really nice. They got about 5,000 supply, and for now I think this is 1,000 the listed kind of lot. So this is not seems like they will grow up really hard in a short term, and we get a huge wall in here on the 3 Sol. Yeah, so I believe this is kind of tough for them will be to break out from the 3 Sol. But again, if you're buying this and if you're hoping for the OpenSea listing, you must understand that this is kind of maybe not really short term, maybe like a medium term, maybe about the month, because we don't have any guarantees that they will list on it. And if you want one, you can wait for the good news as well. And these guys are building a really huge metaverse, very interesting collection with nice visual, and they already doubled their price. I believe it was like 1.5 a few days ago, so definitely just go and check them out. I hope now, guys, you understand why a lot of collections recently got pumped so much, why we got so big volume on the OpenSea for the past days. Yeah, it's not only about the hype drops, of course it is a lot about of this hype around the OpenSea, and Solana is growing because of it. So yeah, now all collections that announced, they got kind of really dumped, but I think still you can try to get them, such as like Galactic Geckos and Drippets and all other collections. But keep in mind, of course, that if collection announced that they will list on OpenSea, this does not mean that this is a gem collection. Do your own research or try to speculate just on the news that they will list really soon and earn from it. This is a way too. So I mentioned a few collections that I'm looking for that I bought already that can list on OpenSea, and even if they won't, they are really promising, interesting, and they got a really huge perspective in the future. Hope you like this video, guys. It was a pleasure to like help you to discover all of these things. I hope again you just understood what happened these days, because I haven't understand it. It was like 120 grand volume on the Magic Eden. A lot of collections are pumping, and I was just like no idea what's going on. And now I finally released, and I want you to release it as well, and maybe try to use it in the nearest future even. So yeah guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, send link of this video to your friends who love NFTs, who are in Solana, or who just starting to discovering all of it. Hope you like this video, and see ya.